Humans first went to the moon about 50 years ago through the Apollo program. After that, even though a long time passed, humans did not attempt to go back to the moon. Recently, the United States Space Agency, NASA, has once again sent humans toward the moon. This mission is called Artemis II. Since 1972, this is the first human mission toward the moon. The astronauts of the Artemis II mission observed some scenes on the far side of the moon that no human had ever seen before. Through this mission, they set a new record for traveling the farthest distance from Earth. Why NASA is once again sending humans to the moon? Many people might think that the Artemis II mission will directly land on the moon, but the reality is a bit different. Artemis II is a flyby mission. That means the main goal of this mission is to take humans into the moon's orbit and then safely bring them back to Earth. So the astronauts will travel very close to the moon, but they will not land on it. This is an important rehearsal for future major missions. The most important aspect of this mission is to gain experience on how humans can survive in deep space for a long time. Because in the future, humans want to go not only to the moon, but also to Mars. And through the Artemis II mission, NASA is preparing for that. 4 astronauts are participating in this bold mission. 3 of them are American, and 1 is Canadian. They are Mission Commander Reed Wiseman, Mission Specialist Christina Koch, Pilot Victor Glover, and Canadian Mission Specialist Jeremy Hansen. Their journey has been planned based on the 1968 Apollo 8 mission. Apollo 8 was the first mission where humans orbited the moon. During the Apollo 8 mission, humans captured the unforgettable sight of Earth rising from space, known as Earthrise. The current Artemis II crew has also taken stunning pictures of the entire Earth from the far side of the moon. In the Apollo 8 mission, William Anders took the famous Earthrise photo from a height of only 97 kilometers above the moon's surface. As a result, Earth appeared large and detailed against the moon's background. But this time, Artemis II took the photo from about 7,000 kilometers away from the moon, so Earth appears much smaller within the vastness of space. The Apollo 8 astronauts saw that view suddenly and captured the photo in a hurry. But the Artemis II astronauts already knew when Earthrise would occur. That's why they were able to capture the image in a controlled manner. This time, rare sights like the auroras of the North and South Poles, zodiacal light, and even a solar eclipse have been captured. From Earth, we always see only one side of the moon. The reason is that the moon is in a tidally locked state with Earth. That means the moon completes one rotation on its axis in the same time it takes to orbit Earth once. As a result, the same side of the moon always faces Earth. We usually call the other side the dark side of the moon. But in reality, that side is not dark at all. The correct name is the far side of the moon. It is called the far side because it cannot be seen from Earth. Among past lunar missions, in 1959, the Soviet Luna 3 first captured images of the moon's far side. Later, many orbiter and flyby missions mapped that region in detail, and Apollo astronauts were the first to see it with their own eyes. However, during past Apollo missions, much of the far side was not fully illuminated, so it could not be completely observed. But now, because Artemis II astronauts are traveling in a much higher orbit, for the first time they have been able to see the far side of the moon fully illuminated, something no human had ever seen before. NASA's current lunar mission, the Artemis program, is not just about visiting the moon. It is about preparing for long-term human settlement there. The main goal of living on the moon is to prepare for complex missions to Mars. So this lunar mission is essentially a rehearsal for conquering Mars. In the Artemis program, the spacecraft used to send humans to the moon is called Orion spacecraft. It is also known as MCV, Multi-Purpose Crew Vehicle. Although it can carry 6 people, only 4 astronauts are being transported. This vehicle will allow deep space travel. In the future, it will also be used for missions to Mars. The Orion spacecraft was built by Lockheed Martin. The rocket used to launch it is called the Space Launch System. Its development began in 2011.
Currently, it is the most powerful rocket in the world. It is far more advanced than the legendary Saturn V used in the Apollo program. Humans first traveled to the moon using Saturn V, and now, with SLS, humans are returning to build permanent settlements. If Artemis II is successful in 2026, then through Artemis III, humans will land directly on the moon again. Later, through Artemis IV, a permanent base will be established on the moon. If everything goes as planned, humans may live permanently on the moon within the next decade. One major difference between the Apollo and Artemis missions is the creation of a moon station. Like the International Space Station, a space station will orbit the moon. Its name is Lunar Gateway. This station will help maintain strong communication with Earth during missions. The Gateway project will be built jointly by NASA, the Canadian Space Agency, the European Space Agency, and the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. It will be designed so it can be expanded as needed.
Construction will begin in 2027 by sending its engine and a 55-ton module into space. Living quarters and logistics units will be built on Earth and later attached to the station. Gradually, more parts will be added. The Lunar Gateway will be only about 13% the size of the ISS, but it will allow missions to any part of the moon. Multiple missions can be operated simultaneously from it. If everything goes as planned, Artemis III will land humans on the moon again. After that, regular travel between Earth and the moon will begin. By 2030, there are plans to build a base camp on the moon. The likely location is the Shackleton crater at the moon's south pole. This crater is about 20 kilometers wide and 3 kilometers deep. There is a special reason for choosing this dark crater. Scientists believe there may be ice deposits at its base. By breaking down water, hydrogen and oxygen can be obtained. These can be liquefied to produce rocket fuel. So, a rocket could land on the moon, refuel, and then travel further into space. If water is found, the moon could act like a gas station for interplanetary travel. According to NASA, there may be about 1 billion metric tons of ice on the moon. Finding this water will be a key goal of the Artemis program.